Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. About 912 days ago, I decided to come up with this channel to prove myself a point and to prove others a point. When I first started, most of the big boys were already into it about 2 years. And I never understood how they can get to these enormous numbers of views and subs when I never heard of them before. Most of them were at 20,000 at that point, which was incredible. And, I was thinking to myself, okay, like they've been doing it for 2 years. They got 10,000 subs in 1 year and 10,000 subs in another year. Yeah, that would make sense, You average it down per daily and monthly, maybe those numbers are real in a way, During that time, during my journey, as I watched these channels grow to 4, 5, 6 times larger than they were when I first saw them, and doing TV spots and radio shows and hosting flat earth conventions and conferences and pulling in thousands and thousands of dollars, when meanwhile I've had my information out there for the last 10 days. Not a single radio station, TV station, newspaper, nobody has contacted me in terms of the media. Which I've learned in the last 910 days, shall we say, that it seems like to me that some people in the flat earth community could be fake or infiltrated the flat earth community. And I can't not only judge it from my channel, I'm also judging it from other smaller channels who have recently started their journey, maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, and I've watched their progression throughout the months, years. So what am I getting at? You're probably asking that. What am I getting at? What are you getting at, Chris? Well, when I first started, and I would go on live chats and I would hear my name called out, and I'm going to get into my name to my channel in a second. I was so excited, oh my God, people are noticing me, they're seeing me. It's not that I wanted the attention, because I get plenty of attention. I wanted the people to understand my channel, that it's a truth channel of a real person who's out there doing this, putting their face out there and information. And by the way, the people who've contacted me that I like, hey, I really appreciate you. And I love talking to you guys. I talk to people on a regular basis. And that's great. That's what it's all about. Getting together. Unfortunately, we're all scattered throughout the fucking plane here. That's the problem. All over the place. Everywhere. Back to what I was talking about. So when I first got into Flat Earth, I didn't know about the numbers. I didn't know about Hollywood. I knew about the politicians. I knew about the chemtrails way, way before I started my channel. But I didn't really know about the numbers. I never really understood that. That slipped right by me. It wasn't until Flat Earth that I got into that. So when I first created my channel, CC, which are my initials, by the way, to my name, because I never liked these tags that people had. I used to use the CB. I was old school. We all had tags, like Bigfoot, Silver Fox, We all had these ridiculous tags, and I was never really into it. I never understood it. But on the CB, you really needed that because you were actually talking one-on-one. And when I decided to open my YouTube channel, I was like, fuck it. I'll just put my name in there. So then when I stumbled across the numbers, and I was new to the game, I was like, holy shit, you know, my initials make CC. I mean, make 33. So I was like, I'm going to fucking keep that up there just to piss people off. And that's why I did it. That's why I've done it, and that's why I'll never change it. You know, there's just no point at this point. It's a reminder for myself that I was just getting into it, you know, that I was just getting into Flat Earth, and that opened up all new doors for me, you know, and that's why I kept it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I mean, the Flat Earth has been infiltrated, obviously. I don't know who these people are. I haven't met any of them. Frankly, I really could care less. But I did this channel to prove to myself, you know, that there's absolutely no way you're going to get up to where these people are. I mean, it's impossible not doing what I'm doing. You know where I'm getting at with this? Well, I figured I'd put that out there, and that is a little story of my channel. Okay, you know, you globe earthers are really, you know, really not intelligent at all. I mean, calling me everything under the book. I was looking through the comments, which are now up in the 300 range. Where usually, well, another quick thing with my channel is, right around about a year ago, I was getting about 1,000 views and 100 comments, 150 comments per video. You know, that was before the censorship YouTube started setting up. And when I started getting into like live shows, I saw a decline of a lot of, not subs, but views. You know, and I know YouTube is fucking around with the views. It's really the comments you really have to look at in videos. You know, because I don't think they can fuck with the comments. You know, because then people will actually really wake up and say, hey, you know what, they really are screwing with us. You know, because they're gonna... This is why bikers, and I'm not talking about the motorcyclists, I'm talking about the cyclists. You know, they don't think that they have to... They think their hobby is beyond the law. You know, that they don't have to stop at red lights. They can go through red lights and ride all over the place. And they wonder why they get hurt. Because there's a lot of careless drivers out there. They don't give a shit. All right, look. You know, I'm getting off the topic here. And now I forgot what the hell I was talking about. See, because of this idiot and a bike. All right, so I don't think they can fuck with the comments. All right, because then somebody will wake up and say, hey, you should be up at like 300 comments. Anyway, look, all of this is just something that I wanted to put out there, and that was the whole reason for this channel, for you to see what a real channel, you know, goes through. You know, that more or less mostly it's idiot trolls that come in, you know, that aren't too bright, because all of their beliefs and everything that they were taught was through teaching, you know, and all they know about what they think is moving, which it's not, are through instruments that they'll never understand, that they'll never can afford, and told to them by people in white jackets and behind a desk in one of these fraternities, in these indoctrinated buildings, you know, what they believe. And that was the same with me too. I mean, that's where I was. It wasn't until I crushed the globe and looked into Flat Earth and noticed that not a single scientist out there has explained to me how we are stationary and proven to us that there's movement without some ridiculous expensive equipment and mathematics that we'll never understand, and that's the reason why they do it. And nobody's ever proven the curve. You know, where a flat earther, all he has to do is just simply take out a P1000 or a P900 or a high telescopic lens and see that there's no fucking curve and that there's no movement. So wake the fuck up. The sun and the moon. The sun and the moon are exactly the same size. Out of all the thousands of years and millions of years of evolution, all of a sudden, our civilization, or the first civilization to actually see that the sun and the moon are the same size. Wake the fuck up. It's statistically impossible for that to happen at the same moment, and then they are being at the same size in a solar system or in a universe itself. It's impossible. Wake the fuck up. The numbers don't make any sense. You have learned to believe that you've come from the ocean, from this primordial sludge, and evolved into this smart, intelligent humanoid. Wake the fuck up. Or came from the monkeys. And you have a little tail in the back. We can't explain that. We don't know why that is. But wake the fuck up. Light speed. How can you manage to measure light speed at 186,000 miles per second at 7.5 times around the world when we live on a flat plane? These numbers are made up through scientism. Wake the fuck up. The ISS is floating around up there. Boy, do I love them. But yet they can't produce one single photo. Well, no, NASA. Let's get into NASA. Because then somebody's going to say, well, they're not high enough. All right, look, that's fine. That's fine. NASA can't produce one single picture of the Earth that has not been CGI. Not one. 50 years, NASA. July 20th. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Not a single picture. All you have are CGI pictures of complete nonsense. Drawings of the universe, of black holes. Wake the fuck up. It's not even real. The picture isn't even real. It's a radio telescope. And then they have the goal to put a picture of a black hole. And people look, yeah, that's a picture of something 7 trillion miles away. Yes, there it is. Yeah, it's right there. It's a black hole. Wake the fuck up. Duplicates of clouds. They get lousy sometimes when they try to make the globe. And they put little duplicates on there. That's photoshopped. Wake the fuck up. The live camera feed, which I don't even think ISS does anymore. I think they've canceled that out because we've already poked holes in that. All right? It's fake. It's not real. They've made an artificial curve on there. Wake the fuck up. Obviously, this annoys the trolls because there's really nothing that they can do about it. And that's good. That's a good thing. Okay? Because why would all of us in the flat earth community be censored? For what? I mean, if it wasn't true, what would they care? It's like me talking about a bug that's on a tree that doesn't exist. What would YouTube care about that? But they're making money off of us, and they're not going to unplug us, not just yet. They're still going to get their greedy hands on some more cash, that I can guarantee you. We are definitely going to be unplugged, and where we go from there, I don't know. But somebody else will come out with something like YouTube, that I'm sure of, that will pop up, and we'll continue this venture of truth. And until then, I don't care. I'm still going to be making videos as long as I can. As long as it pisses trolls off, because they know that all they got to do is just look at a couple of first layers of the truth of flat earth, and then they'll start to question it, because that's how we all have. Doesn't take a lot, and then you start looking into it, and then you start finding out that Hollywood is complete fake. They are satanic worshipers, that there is a creator up there. Okay? That you're not a fucking accident. Wake the fuck up. Happy 4th of July. I don't celebrate these days anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm working tomorrow. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I can't lose the time, and I can't afford to lose the time. And frankly, I don't have anything to do because I don't do anything. for these holidays. They're made up, and they're all bullshit, and they're all excuses for you to go out and spend money on shit you don't need to. And that's all it is, bottom line. I don't care what anybody says. That's why these holidays are there. That's why, to keep you distracted about everything. So wake the fuck up. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my channel and letting me be a part of your life.